weightlifting program. So this is going to involve a lot more kind of complex lifts, your squats, some deadlift, some front bar squat as well. So it's really, really important that we use the correct weight. And so looking at, we're going to start having less reps, which means I want you to start increasing that weight. And so, if your rep is from 6 to 8, again, that means you should be able to do at least 6 reps, but probably no more than 8. So choosing your weight based on that. And then we also got some explosive movements in there, and that's important to really just to hit on and just go full out on. Those explosive movements aren't going to do anything unless you give it at 100%, at a 100% max effort. So make sure you're hitting that, and again, just make sure you're paying attention to form. As we get heavier, we've kind of gotten the functionality side of things, but as we get this heavier weight, if we have bad form, that's where you're going to see the most injuries. It's not going to be on the baseball field, but instead it's going to be in the weight room. So really hone down on the form here and then just get after it. All right, first up is a classic barbell squat. So again, this is just like any other squat. Your main keys, you don't want those knees to go too far above the toes. We don't want the heels to come off the ground. We want to tighten up our core. Don't want to go over the back, but we want to bend at the knees. An easy one is always to look with your chin up. That kind of helps you in form. Feet are about shoulder width apart, not too much more, not too much less. And we're going to go all the way down. Again, don't let your hips slide under, but kick that butt back. And then go back on up. Kick that butt back. Going up, and you're trying to go to about 90 degrees or a little bit further with the knees. All right, dumbbell hammer curls, hitting the biceps here. So on this, make sure the elbow's staying on the side. The hammer grip, so you're staying neutral the entire time. And then it's otherwise just a classic curl. We're not going as high of weight on this one just because in baseball you don't need as ginormous biceps, so focusing more on the rep still. All right, first explosive movement, so we're doing squat jump to split hold. So this one you're going to get in that good squat position again, and then you're going to just do your classic squat jump. You're going to land in a lunge position and you're going to hold it at that bottom for at least a few seconds. So it should look something like this. You get a big jump, and then you're going to try to stick it there, and stick it in a good lunge form. Again, don't try to be way over the top. But try to get in that good form, go back down, and I'm going to switch to my other leg front. So I just do my right, so now I'm going to do my left one forward. And then sticking it and coming back up. And again, you got to really explode on that squat jump. That's the biggest key. If you're not doing this max effort, it's not going to do what it needs to do. Okay, dumbbell single leg RDL or Russian deadlift. So I recommend being by something that you can have your opposite hand on just for a little bit of balance. So I got the weight in my left hand, which means I'm going to have my right foot on the ground and my left leg's going to come up. Right hand's going to be balanced there. Try not to use it as much as you can. But you're going to keep that leg almost dead straight with just a little bend in it. You're going to kick that back one out as far as you can. You're going to go down to where it touches the ground and then come back up. And again, really important, don't arch the back. And this one you should be able to do some pretty heavy weight on. Just make sure you're really stabilizing yourself. Alright, this one should be familiar with dumbbell bench press, but we're just starting to lower the reps and add that weight up. So you can either choose if you want to start in the neutral hammer grip or if you want to start out wide, whichever you prefer. I like to go here. If I go there, I'm going to go up, touch at the top, nice and controlled down, and then explode all the way up. We're going to pull your reverse curl, so we're going to go one hand at a time here. And on this curl, we're not going to have palm up, we're going to have palm down. Make sure that elbow's tucked by the side and you're getting a good posture. Don't let this the shoulder rotate forward, but hold it back. Just doing a classic curl. I like sometimes put my other arm just on top of the bicep just to be able to hold it from shifting there. But otherwise, just a basic curl. Right, these are the up-under push-ups. Other people call them, you're going under the barbed wire, whatever you want to look at, military style. So you're going in a normal push-up position. You're going to kick it backwards a little bit, stick the butt in the air, and then act like you are sliding under something. Notice how I go now to the front of my toes, and I'm in that kind of upward dog position. I'm going to slide back under and go into that more of a shoulder press and working also a little bit of chest. So slow, slow, slow. This is a very slow exercise. I shouldn't be able to rush through that, but really working on stability as well there. All right, this is a dumbbell goblet. So the goblet grip, and we're going curtsy to side lunge or side to curtsy lunge. So this one's going to take a little bit more coordination. This one won't be as heavy as some of the other ones. But you're going to start, you're going to go into a side lunge. And when we do that, making sure, again, we're not rotating. We're really trying to keep ourselves straight forward. Getting as low as you can. Come up, hold it, and drop into that curtsy style. Back up to the side. Really, really working on the stabilizers. You just might have to put your foot down. but try your hardest to go straight into it. All right, we got push-up elevator holds on this one. So you're gonna start, classic push-up position, hold it for about 5 seconds, just getting the core kind of stabilized. Then you're gonna go step 1 down, so you're just gonna go slightly down, hold that for about 5, quite a ways down, hold that for about 5, and then chest just off the ground, hold that for 5, back to that second position, third position, and to the top. So making sure you don't arc your back or slouch under the hips. And on that one, you're just going until you fail. All right, I don't have this equipment in my gym, but I know you guys do the complex sled push on this next one. But I mean, that's pretty basic. You guys should know how to do that. Obviously, you're putting the weight on there, and you got it, and you want to really be pushing. The big thing on this is I don't want you standing too tall when you go, but I also don't want you curled over on the back. So just make sure when you're driving that sled that your back and your core are still engaged and that we're not slouching over. And last one of the day, dumbbell flies. You guys should be familiar with this one as well. So we're just going up. The knees can just be, the elbows can be slightly bent here. We're just going to be going out into that classic fly. Go to where you feel a pretty good stretch and then raise it up. So again, it's not going here, in, and then pushing, but we're keeping that same elbow angle the entire time throughout. And on this one as well, probably not going quite as heavy a weight, just because we don't want to inflate that chest too much.